So I have one car that has gotten more attention than this car, my Hennessy Viper. And even back then, when I bought that, technology wasn't what it is now. Cell phones were barely starting to have cameras in them, let alone video recorders. And now, with everybody having a video camera in their pocket, it's just crazy. It's crazy how even adults, it's almost like they know that I'm coming. They'll turn around, they'll pull out their phone, and then they'll just point and start recording. Last night I went on a drive in it, and I literally had somebody with a professional camera following me, getting on the side of me, getting in front of me, getting behind me, and just recording me all the way down Main Street. And it doesn't bother me. I mean, I get it. You know, I never thought I'd be able to afford a car like this, and it's pretty cool. You know, I wasn't super excited about the car when I first bought it, just because I'm kind of at that point where when I used to buy really cool cars, I think half of the thrill of buying was a little bit of the stress of like, okay, I'm gonna buy this, it's gonna be a pretty big payment, my insurance payment is gonna be pretty high, but I'm at that point now to where I can easily afford what I'm buying. It's not a problem. And so I think it did change the excitement, which I know it sounds kind of crazy, but I have so many cars right now, and I've owned so many cars through the years that you have a bucket list that you start with, right? And you're like, oh, this is my dream car, this is the next car if I could ever afford, this is the car that I dream of that I could never afford. That was my 911, and I've had that car for 6 years now, and I love it. I'll do some videos of that car also, but all of them are just completely different. If I had to compare this to one of the other cars, I would say it's a mix between my Bentley and my 911. You feel low, the windows are really short, so you feel like you're enclosed in a cockpit. But at the same time, the Bentley is a big car, and so it feels big when you're driving it, and it's nice and it's plush. And this is more like the 911, where it's tight. You get a lot of driver feedback. I'm not really crazy about not having a clutch pedal because I'm a driver. You know, I love driving. I was drifting before drifting was a thing. Back then, I just called it controlled skidding. And anyway, so it's kind of hard to control the cars the same way when you don't have a clutch pedal. It's just not the same. You don't have anywhere near the same kind of driving experience that you have with a clutch pedal. But as soon as I saw this car, I fell in love with it. I was like, oh my gosh, that thing looks so much cooler in person. It's nothing like what they look in the pictures. And I don't know, I guess with me I knew that because like I said, I've seen a bunch of these in person, but you start just looking at pictures, you know, and some cars don't look the same in pictures as other cars. They don't look the same in person as other cars. And so I was a little bit worried that this Huracan was going to look different, because a lot of cars to me, what determines whether or not they look good is just their stance. You know, how low they are to the ground, how squatty they look, how wide they look. That's pretty much it. But so, anyway, that's it for now.